All right, I'm back. It is 6 in the afternoon. It is day 52 of this challenge. And we still have some more drops to get in the Fire Spring Sanctuary. We already got arguably the hardest drop in the entire game, the Star Pendant from the Major Psychic Psycho, which is the only enemy I am allowing exploits on. So yeah, we got the Star Pendants for Ness, Paula, and Jeff. Pooh's the only one who can't equip the Star Pendant, so that sucks. And the Star Pendant is actually the best defense item in the game, because it provides 80% protection against fire, freeze, flash, and paralysis attacks, which is pretty good. But is it worth the effort? No, because it's literally the hardest drop in the game to get. And the reason why it's the hardest is because the enemy that drops it never fights alone. And the more enemies you fight during a battle, the lower the drop rates get, since, you know, the game has to decide which enemy will have an item. And enemies that have higher odds for their drop are going to be favored more. But, you know, since the Major Psychic Psycho is a 1 in 128 chance, the lowest odds an enemy can have, the game won't really choose that as a candidate. And then on top of that, you just have to get lucky with the percentage. So yeah, they never fight alone, which basically makes the 1 in 128 chance into a 1 in 256 chance, making it even harder to get. But yeah, that's why I use the exploit, because it's so difficult to get, even if I do use save states. So yeah, I did have to break 2 rules, but hey, in order to pull the exploit off, I have to use the exploit, because it's the only enemy I allow exploits on. And then I have to use the spy command, which I'm not allowed to use, to pull off the exploit. So yeah, that doesn't count as cheating for that. But in every other case, it does. All right, so we're back in the Fire Spring Sanctuary. Now, I'm going to try to target an enemy with a lower drop rate. Well, they all have low drop rates. But we might as well just start with the ones with a 2 in 128 chance. And it's difficult to see who I'm targeting, since every enemy in this sanctuary has the same overworld sprite. So I don't know which enemy this is until the battle starts. Okay, it's an evil elemental. All right, the evil elemental is singled out, and we have the save state. The evil elemental here has a 2 in 128 chance of dropping a luxury jerky. So this is going to take a while, most likely. But let's just go ahead and start. Yes. Ooh. Let's go. There we go. We got the evil elementals drop. Dude, why did I have a feeling that that was actually going to be the attempt where I got it, though? Like, for some reason, I just had a strong feeling that that was going to be the attempt where I got it. And it was. All right, but there we go. Luxury jerky. This looks unreal. I have 2 spicy jerkies, 3 luxury jerkies, and I still have the large pizza that I got from the Stinky Ghost in chapter 5. Like, seriously though, why do I still have that? I'm surprised it managed to last this long. Alright, let's go get another drop. Okay, what are you? You are not the enemy I wanted to target. What about you? You're also not the right enemy. Okay, what about you? There we go. Alright, so that's the soul-consuming flame. We have him singled out. We have the save state. And the soul-consuming flame here has a 2 in 128 chance of dropping a meteorite. So yeah, it's another enemy that drops a useless item, but we have to get it. Otherwise, I will fail the challenge. But let's just go ahead and start grinding. Yes. Let's go. There we go. Meteorite. We got the Soul Consuming Flames drop. There's only one more drop in the Fire Spring Sanctuary. But we're not getting that today. Because I've reached my limit for today. And plus, I just don't grind that much on school days to begin with. So even though I just had to fight a Psychic Psycho there, we don't care about the Psychic Psycho right now. Dude, why do they always get right in the middle of the door? But yeah, we're gonna go to the shop in the Lost Underworld so that we can sell the Meteorite for $2,000. Because, you know, Meteorites are useless. Like, the only point of them is to sell them for money. And yeah, it's nice that if you do manage to get an enemy's drop that just so happens to be a Meteorite, like, it's like the $2,000 bonus is like, it's nice as a reward for working so hard, or you just got the Meteorite randomly. Like, it's not difficult to get $2,000 in this game. So I consider the Meteorite as well as the Meteornium useless. And Meteorniums are only dropped by enemies in the early game and not in the late game. And you only get $1,000 from selling Meteorniums. So yeah, obviously Meteorites are worth more. But, you know, both items are useless. Alright, but both of those drops took quite a long time. So this is going to be a lot of footage for me to go through when I'm going to have to edit it. Did anyone take any damage? Oh, Jeff has 62 IQ. He's literally 3 IQ points off from being able to fix the broken antenna. Alright, let's save the game. Alright, that is it for today. Tomorrow, we're gonna get the Psychic Psychos drop. And then Chapter 8 will finally be complete. But not today. I've reached my limit.